Hello friends! I really wanted to do a sit-down chatty video about the Nintendo Direct that just happened. Yay! But to start off, I wanted to talk about the things that I was kind of expecting or like kind of thought might be something that would be in this Direct. I went in with pretty minimal expectations, but there were a few things in the back of my mind that I was like, this is something that I kind of expect to see, or are things that like we haven't seen in a while that I feel like deserve some sort of announcement. So I wanted to go over those first before I talked about the games that I'm really excited about. The first thing that I was really expecting to see in this Nintendo Direct was honestly some sort of Mario announcement, and that's just partially because it is the 30th anniversary for Super Mario this year. They've kind of talked about it a lot, but nothing's really come out of it. They did have that Donkey Kong announcement. I can't remember what it was called. Some sort of like weird crossover like challenge. Don't ask me questions, I don't remember. That's one reason why I kind of thought there would be a Mario announcement. The other reason is it's been quite a while since we got the last Mario game. It's been a while since Super Mario Wonder. It's been a couple years, and then it's been a long time since we've seen like a traditional like 3D Mario, and I know that's something that a lot of people have really been wanting. I don't know, it's just really odd to me that there's not been a lot of Mario, even though Mario is like their main character, but there was no announcement for any Mario this Direct. The next thing that was kind of in the back of my mind before this Direct, which this might be a little bit delusional, so let me know if I'm just crazy and I know nothing about the franchise whatsoever, but I kind of had Smash in the back of my mind for some reason. I know it's been a while since the last Smash came out, and I know that they were updating it for quite a while, adding new characters. For some reason, I was just thinking like it's been like a long time. I'm really surprised we haven't seen anything about a Smash game. Again, that one has like such a big like cult following. The last one was so huge, so I don't know, I just kind of had it in the back of my mind. I was like, maybe we'll see some sort of Smash thing just because it's been so long, but I don't know, maybe that's a crazy assumption. And lastly, no one should be surprised that I was looking forward to an Animal Crossing announcement. It has been a whole 6 years and counting since Animal Crossing New Horizons. Listen, I know we just got a new free update not that long ago, even though Nintendo said that they were abandoning it. I know myself and probably every other Animal Crossing fan right now is like chasing that high from the New Horizons announcement and then its release. And honestly, I'm not sure that that high can ever be reached again after the unfortunate perfect storm that was 2020 COVID lockdown plus the Animal Crossing release. But after Nintendo announced that they were no longer going to be updating the game, which turned out not to be 100% true, I kind of assumed that they were going to focus their energy, one, onto other projects, and two, kind of slowly start working on the next Animal Crossing game. I don't know, I'm just getting concerned that this might be the longest gap between Animal Crossing games, because between New Leaf and New Horizons, it was 7 years. It's now been over 6 years since Animal Crossing came out, and we haven't even heard anything about the next game. So I'm concerned that we might not see an announcement for a while, which then means we're not gonna see an actual release for a while. It's really unfortunate because Animal Crossing is my favorite series, and it's looking like we might end up with the biggest gap between games. It's also very interesting to me that after all of the Animal Crossing New Horizons success, that was kind of unexpected. You would really think that Nintendo would kind of want to ride that wave and push this series more, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. And I think it would also be another great way for Nintendo to kind of try to push more consumers into buying a Nintendo Switch 2. A lot of people are already apprehensive about buying the Switch 2 because one, it has a really steep price point, and two, there just doesn't seem to be enough like better features for people to really make that jump from their old Switch 1 to the new Switch 2. I know that they did an update with the Switch 2, but I just feel like a new mainline series game that was maybe Switch 2 exclusive, I think it would push a lot of casual gamers to Switch 2s. It would obviously push Animal Crossing fans to Switch 2s. I don't know, it just seems like a really interesting way to handle your business. But I don't know, that's just coming from a big Animal Crossing fan, so again, what do I know? But apparently I have a lot to say on this topic, specifically with Animal Crossing, so I'm gonna stop myself here and maybe I'll make a separate video about just how I feel about the Animal Crossing series right now. Anyway, we will move on. So those are the few things that I've kind of had in the back of my mind before going into this Nintendo Direct that obviously didn't happen. So they're still up in the air. There will be more Directs. We'll just have to see what happens. But after watching the Direct, there were a lot of games that interested me, or I was at least excited about. I don't really think this Direct was for me per se, and there are a lot of games on this list that I'm excited about, and I'm glad that these franchises are getting some love, but they're just not games for me or games that I would probably purchase at full price. There's not a ton in this list that I'm like, oh my god, I need this right now, but there were still quite a few games that even though they aren't for me, I am excited that they're getting some sort of announcement. So let's go ahead and get into that list. The first game that I was really excited to see was the new Rhythm Heaven game. I've never played a game from this series, but I've seen a lot of good things about it. I've just honestly never been a big rhythm game girly, and I'm really glad to see it's getting a release date so soon. It's coming out on July 2nd. I don't know how much this game is for me, but honestly it looks so cute and charming that if it went on a pretty steep sale, 50% off or so it was about 20 bucks, I might pick up this game. So who knows? Not an immediate buy, but something to put on my wish list. The next game that I was excited to see is one that I've actually been following for a while. It's called Big Walk. It's actually a game from the creators of Untitled Goose Game, which is honestly one of the cutest little games I've ever played. I'm so glad that they're continuing to make games, especially games that are kind of funky with a lot of character, which I think is a great way to describe this game. This game reminds me a lot of Peak, which just had like its big moment probably about a year ago, and I really enjoyed that game. Obviously, Big Walk is different, but it kind of has like a similar vibe to it, I guess. So I'm really excited to see this game come out on August 4th. So this might actually be one that I pick up on August 4th when it releases. This next one isn't necessarily a new game announcement, it's actually new content for Pokopia. Pokopia is a Pokemon game that came out earlier this year. It definitely has a Minecraft Animal Crossing-ish vibe to it. I have played this game. I have yet to finish it though. I put it down not too long ago when I was finishing up grad school, and honestly I just haven't picked it back up yet, but this game is so cute, so charming, and I'm so glad they aren't giving up on it like they kind of did to Animal Crossing. I'm definitely excited to get back into this game right in time for the new expansion and DLC. Another one I was just glad to see, but not something I will probably pick up as a Hello Kitty franchise fan, is the new Hello Kitty Party Land game. This game is coming out in October, and it is a multiplayer minigame style game, so not really something that I'm super interested in. It looks really cute, really well done, and I didn't want to not mention it, but again, not something that I'm necessarily going to pick up. It is really cute and I am excited about it. Speaking of multiplayer games, we now have a Nintendo Switch Sports Resort game coming out. I'm glad to see another one of these coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I really loved Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort as a kid. Specifically, really loved the bowling as a kid, so I'm so glad to see that that's back. But this is probably another game that I'm not going to pick up at release, and I will honestly probably wait until it goes on sale, but I am very excited about it. Splatoon Raiders also finally got a release date of July 23rd. I really love the Splatoon franchise, and I'm so glad that Nintendo has continued to feed this IP and keep it in their rotation. This installment is actually a single player spin-off, so it's much different than the mainline like multiplayer series, but I'm kind of interested to see how this game is going to perform and what fans think of it. So again, this one's on my list, but I kind of want to see like how people feel about it, how the gameplay is, just kind of get a feel for the game before I buy it, but definitely on my radar. This next game I have literally no business talking about whatsoever. I've never played a game in this franchise. I don't know a single thing about it whatsoever, but that is Kingdom Hearts. Again, I don't know much about Kingdom Hearts whatsoever, but to me this seemed like a super out of the blue announcement. I don't really know how long the Kingdom Hearts fans have been waiting for an announcement like this, but to me it seemed like a very big deal. What we saw of the game, it looks really great, and I really hope that it's everything that the fans are wanting. They also announced that Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 were coming to Switch 2 in a collection along with a demo. So honestly, I'm kind of thinking maybe I download that demo, try it out, see how I feel, then maybe I'll get into the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I don't know. It's always one that I've like seen a lot of. I've just never played it before. And then lastly, we have probably the most exciting announcement from this entire direct, and this one is right up my freaking alley, and that is the Ocarina of Time teaser announcement situation. That is just so crazy to me. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was actually my first Zelda game, and it made me fall in love with the series as a kid. I am beyond excited to see how this game looks and to get a release date. It's supposed to come out this year, so I'm very excited about that. My only fear with this is that the actual gameplay is not going to look as good as this little teaser trailer that we got, because it looks so high quality, and I'm just scared it's not going to translate to the actual gameplay. So I'm trying to keep my expectations very low just in case this game doesn't necessarily meet what we saw in the trailer, but I am so excited for this one. Overall, I feel like this direct was very, very good, even though it wasn't 100% tailored to me, which no Nintendo Direct ever really will be. Obviously, there were some things I kind of was hoping for and we didn't see, but again, that always is gonna happen regardless, and it's never gonna hit all the check marks. But I feel like this was a really well-rounded direct, and honestly, any direct with a Zelda announcement is gonna be a good direct. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what things you were most excited for from this direct, or what things you were really hoping to see. And while you're down there, hit like, follow, all the things. Links to all my socials are down there too if you're interested. Thank you guys so much. Bye!